Good morning dear students. Today we are going to study about important point of water, that is density. So what is density, student? Normally density is the ratio of mass and volume. Means formula for density is density is equal to mass upon volume. So density is the ratio of mass and volume. So what is density for water? Density for water is 1 gram per cm cube. Its maximum density of water means if those substances, those objects having density less than 1, they will float on water, and substances, the objects having density greater than 1, they will sink into the water. Got it, student? What is density? Density is the ratio of mass and volume. What is density for water? It's 1 gram per cm cube or 1000 kg per meter cube. Just remember these units. If in your exam density is asked in gram per cm cube, then it is 1, and for kg per meter cube it is 1000. Okay, so density of water is 1, and those objects having density less than 1, they will float on water, and those substances, those objects having density greater than 1, they will sink into the water. So this is about density of water. So the next point related to water is surface tension. So what is surface tension? So you can see in the diagram, if you just add capillary. So one more point is there, capillary action. So water rises up in tube. It is the ability of liquid to flow in narrow spaces without assistance or opposition of any force. So what is capillary action? Capillary action is the ability of any liquid to flow in narrow spaces without opposition of any force. So you can see in the diagram, when this capillary tube is just immersed in water, then what will happen? Water just rises into the tube, and the top layer of water appears like a stretch film. So it is called surface tension. And when we just observe water drops or soap balloons are there, then these are spherical in shape due to their surface tension. So soap reduces surface tension, and water can remove oily dirt easily. Then specific heat of water. So what is specific heat of water? Water requires more energy to get hot. So 1 gram of water requires 1 calorie of heat energy to get hot by 1 degree Celsius. Or you can also say like this, the specific heat capacity of water is the amount of heat required to raise temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. So what is specific heat capacity of water? It's 4.2 joule per gram per gram degree Celsius. So remember this value also, or 1 calorie per gram degree Celsius. So this is specific heat. What is specific heat? Specific heat is the heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of substance by 1 degree Celsius. So when we are talking about water, then specific heat of water is the temperature, means the heat required by water to raise temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. It is 1 calorie. Okay, or if you just convert it into joule, then its value is 4.2 joule per degree Celsius. Then next point is most important point for your exam, that is anomalous behavior of water. So what is anomalous behavior of water? First we will talk about general liquids, and then we will discuss what exactly happens in water, why it is called anomalous behavior of water. So students, normally when we heat any liquid or we cool any liquid, then what will happen? On heating, liquid means its temperature increases, and also it expands. Expansion means what? Its volume increases. So first we will talk about any liquid, other liquids. So when we heat liquid, then its temperature increases, it start to expand, means its volume increases and density decreases. Remember students, what happens in the case of other liquids? On heating, the volume of liquid increases and density decreases, means it expands. On cooling, what happens? On cooling, all liquids contract, means if their volume decreases and density increases. But what happen in case of water? So in case of water, when we cool water, it also contracts like other till 4 degrees Celsius. Means as like other liquids, water also contracts, means its volume decreases and density increases as like other liquids up to 4 degrees Celsius. Then after 4 degrees Celsius, what happens? So after that, its volume decreases and density but below 4 degrees Celsius it starts expanding instead of contracting, and its volume increases and density decreases till temperature reaches to 0 degrees Celsius. Again I repeat, first what happens in other liquids? On cooling, liquid any other liquid or all liquids contracts, means their volume decreases and density increases. But what happen in case of water? On cooling, water also contracts like other liquids, its volume decreases and density increases up to 4 degrees Celsius. Remember this temperature. But below 4 degrees Celsius, what happens, students? It start expanding instead of contracting, and its volume increases and density decreases till temperature reaches to 0 degrees Celsius. At 0 degrees Celsius, it freezes into ice. So water has maximum density at 4 degrees Celsius. What happens? Water shows unusual property. When it is cooled from higher temperature, it contracts till 4 degrees Celsius as like other liquids. Its volume decreases and density increases. But on cooling further below 4 degrees Celsius, what happens, student? Water starts expanding instead of contracting. Its volume increases and density decreases till temperature reaches to 0 degrees Celsius. At 0 degrees Celsius, water freezes into ice, and the density of ice is less than water. That's why ice float on water, and this is called anomalous expansion of water. Hence, water has a maximum density at 4 degrees Celsius. Ice is lighter than water, that's why it floats on water. So where this property is used in our surrounding? This property of water enables aquatic plants and animals to survive in colder region of the world, because even when the water of ponds, lake and rivers freezes on the top, it remains as liquid below the ice layer. So you can see in the diagram, in colder region what happens? Upper layer of water freezes, it converted into ice, but below that upper layer water is at means temperature of water is 4 degrees Celsius. That's why aquatic plants and animals can survive in colder regions also, because of this anomalous expansion of water. So then next point is electrolysis of water. Then what is electrolysis? Electrolysis means passing electric current. So water is compound. What is formula for water? Formula for water is H2O. So when we pass electric current through water, then what will happen? Hydrogen and oxygen can be separated by passing electricity through water, and this process is called electrolysis. And out of this hydrogen and oxygen, hydrogen is positively charged and oxygen is negatively charged. So oxygen is attracted towards positive end of battery, and hydrogen is attracted towards negative end of battery, which is called cathode. Got it, student? So in battery, positive terminal positive end is called anode and negative end is called cathode. As a hydrogen is positively charged, it moves towards cathode, and oxygen is negatively charged, it moves towards anode. This is electrolysis of water. I hope you got all points related to anomalous expansion, electrolysis and surface tension. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. So we have completed our schedule. So tomorrow we are going to conduct test on our topic water, air and water. So be ready for your exam.